boring. So you're just trying to get people who are smart enough to be good at math and science to do something that is kind of dull. So you've got to pay them before they like jump off a bridge.
Well, the thing is, AI is going to start replacing coders.
Well, that's true.
It's already happening. So
that's totally true. Problem solved.
I mean, the H-1B thing is not like a major concern for me. I don't know how much abuse. It's not my area of expertise.
Oh, it's totally rampantly abused. It's insane.
But I personally understood what Vivek was saying on the cultural aspect of this, but what he's being attacked for it, and I think unfairly, but he forgets that he comes from an Asian background, and that he has, because his parents are the immigrants, right? Just like my parents were the immigrants. And there are sets of cultural values at home as well as sets of cultural values outside of the home. And he is like me. It was dual culture, and we benefited from that. Vivek, obviously, being a billionaire, has benefited a ton more.
Well, I'm pretty sure he came from a rich family too. So
I think his mom, somebody was a doctor and somebody was, I don't know. So like, yeah, I don't know if they're loaded, but yeah, they were more well-to-do than my family, obviously. But having the immigrant culture, the immigrant background at home, and the American culture outside, I think worked to his benefit, because he was able to grasp, pop culture, American culture, and be fully integrated into American culture, as well as understanding the core values of, what was back then taught by your Asian immigrant parents. I don't know if that still happens today. I don't know how much that's changed. But I know there's definitely quite a streak of Asian tiger mom in me, even though I was born and raised in Los Angeles. Like I've never even been to Laos or China. But there is still that very strong streak of Asian tiger mom in me to my 6-year-old. And, am I maybe more balanced about it than my grandparents were, or my parents? Probably. Am I a little cooler, more understanding of stuff? Probably. But I think the values are set by your family first. And the problem, to Robbie's point earlier, is that there is a major breakdown in the American family structure to begin with. So if you want to fix all ills in society, start at home. That's my take.
I agree. And this is the last thing I say, because I know that we're going over. Vivek sounds kind of like a Roman patrician after the Third Punic War. Just like, we have all these farmers. They're working. Well, most Americans don't. And that's the problem. Don't talk about the culture. Get some smarts. Read a book. So basically, back then, the whole system was that to serve in the Roman army, you had to be a landed citizen. Well, the problem is that means that you had to have these things called farms, and that means you had to pay them. And the Roman elite didn't like that. So after the Third Punic War, they brought in hundreds of thousands of Carthaginian slaves, destroyed the Roman middle class, to the point when the Germans came in, the Romans didn't have enough men legally to fill out the ranks of the army. That's what's happening here. And that's why, like 400 years later, when Rome fell, the average Roman citizen is like, thank God this nightmare is finally over. I don't want that to happen to my kids or my grandkids. I don't want them to be like, oh, thank God this thing is finally burning down, because that's what's going to happen. If you have societal problems, that's great, but you don't put a Band-Aid over that gaping wound by importing people to enrich some rich schmuck over in California. Screw that guy. Fix your problems at home, address the problem, and get rid of the damn Band-Aid.
I say fix it at home, and then America at home.
I agree. But
fix it under your damn roof first.
Listen to me, kids. Don't let your children become engineers.